Welcome to the safety video where we'll be addressing the safety of this platform. With rigorous QC and sometimes even customs checks, when you receive your replica, there may actually be BBs inside of the chamber. So be careful, don't just plug the batteries in and think that it's safe. So make sure that when you're plugging your battery in, that the replica is pointed in a safe direction. And if something were to happen or you were to shoot the first time you pull the trigger, there wouldn't be a BB inside of it. But all of this falls back into the safety rule of don't point this at anything that you don't intend to shoot. Now, before we even get to the platform itself, just remember, always wear eye protection. These things can get pretty dangerous. A BB to the eye is not going to be a good day, nor to the teeth. So basics, never ever point this thing at anyone that you don't intend to shoot. And usually this should only be inside of a gameplay situation. And remember, never ever, hopefully I don't have to say this, never ever shoot something like an animal or a person that's not in gameplay. This is just not cool. The replica itself is pretty simple when it comes to safety. Always remember that once a battery is installed, the platform is live, and if you pull the trigger, it can and will shoot if it is not on the safe position. To start off with, this is your number one safety. Always keep your finger off of the trigger when you're not wanting to shoot. This is pretty simple, but a nice resting position is just up there. So even in gameplay, when you're not shooting, just take your finger off of the trigger. Easy money, it's not going to shoot. This platform, the SSR249, deals with a cross-bolt safety, which is a nice and simple safety that just rests on your finger up here, right above the grip, which is this button. Now, to put it into the fire position, we simply press it from the right side to the left side, like such. So right now I've actuated it back into the safe position with my thumb. And then to shoot, all I have to do is just roll my hand up with this part and boom, now we're ready to shoot. So if I now pull the trigger, then the replica would shoot if there was a battery installed. Right now I have no battery installed, but I can show you what a trigger pull would look like. From the safe position, safe, cannot shoot. Roll it into the shooting position, can shoot, and now trigger functions. And trigger finger comes straight off of the trigger as soon as you're not shooting anymore. And then we can snap it back into the safe position and we're ready to go on patrol, move from one position to the next. When heading into the safe zone, of course we want to make sure that this is the safest possible without having to go through the hassle of removing the battery completely. So, to do so, we simply first make sure that it is in the safe position. We can roll it over and then remove the magazine completely so that we know that no BBs can feed into the chamber. To do this, we can just press on this tab here. I like to do that with my index finger, and then with middle finger and thumb, pull the magazine out, but not pulling too hard. You do not want to extend these springs too much. So be gentle when you're pulling this out. You do not have to completely remove the magazine from the gun, but you can just remove this part from feeding. Now there can still be a BB inside of the chamber, so while you're still in the field after doing this, best practice is to just put it back onto the fire position, point it at the ground, and rip off burst to make sure that there's no more BBs inside of the chamber. Once you've got that done, then this is pretty safe to go into the safe zone. Pop it back into the safe position, and now you can go place this down in the safe zone with no problems or worries of this going off and or there being a BB inside of the chamber. That's essentially the safety of the SSR249, and let's move on to the next video.